Drill's gonna be popping for a long
Bro,
time.
talk to me. I'm gonna get all my shit off and then he can go.
I feel like
Let him stew.
By the way,
Let him
camera?
stew.
Where's the camera?
Let him
This is
stew.
a handicap match.
Drakes.
No, it's not a handicap match.
Drakes. Chat to your boy.
Audience, for reference, Drake's, our cameraman, is behind the
Big up Drakes, man.
Big up.
Salute to my brother. Big up Drake.
Now listen. Let Peter stew.
All right, cool.
Talk to me.
What I'm saying is, I can't see the end of drill, unfortunately. So say if drill dominates the charts. Let's just say if drill dominates the charts. Is it dominating the charts, Yemi?
He's getting angry. What's going on, world? Welcome to episode 68 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast. With your boys Peter,
Yo.
Mohammed,
Yo.
myself, Yemi. Another day, another pod, lads. How we doing today?
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
Sure.
God is good all the time.
All the time, God is good.
There we go. There we go.
Good, I'm glad.
That's a great way to start the podcast, man.
Hey, man.
Obviously. I'm glad you guys are okay. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching as well. Shout out the SoundCloud crew, the Spotify crew, the Apple Podcast crew, the Amazon Music crew, and whoever else is out there listening on whatever avenue. Appreciate your listenership. Yeah, well, we're just going to get straight to it. Boys, what we're listening to this week? We'll start with Mo.
Do you know what's crazy? I've been rinsing Kojey Radical's album ridiculously. And I know we're going to talk about it, so I don't want to harp on it too much. But I've listened to his album more than I thought I was going to. And that's actually been heavy rotation this week. Heavy rotation. And I've been listening to a bit of Dipset as well, actually. We've got a balance of life.
Yeah, I mean, it's timely considering it's the 19-year anniversary of
I didn't even know. That's why
Diplomatic Immunity.
That's why when you mentioned that, I was so surprised because I was listening to Dipset recently. And then, funny enough, I went to go watch them and Locks again. Oh, they got mollywops.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, no, it was bad.
That was a massacre.
It was.
You watched the massacre?
It was a massacre. The Malice in the Palace time too.
I mean, one of us had Dipset winning.
You know what I mean? And looked down on me when, you know what? Let me
Yeah, it's mad.
But yeah, nah, so I was listening, yeah. That's what I've been listening to. Kojey Radical's album. Oh, I've rinsed the hell out of that. And Dipset. And I watched Dipset get battered.
Feel you.
P?
I've been listening to Benny, Tana Talk 4. Dope project. I've been listening to Conway's God Doesn't Make Mistakes. Again, really good project.
I think Tana Talk is better.
Probably right. I won't argue that. I've been listening to Lucky Daye's new album, Candydrip. Oof. Yeah, man. Yeah, you man need to listen to that.
It's Lucky
Especially you, Mo. You need some love.
look at me.
You need some love in your life.
Don't look at me
You need to
and tell
listen
me
to
what
that.
I need to listen to.
That's what you need to listen to.
Then can you put in a group?
All right, cool.
Put in a group.
You
I
actually
got
listen?
Put in the group, I got you. I promise you.
So Lucky Days is good as everyone says.
Fire.
Oh, put in a group.
Fire. Yeah, I was really impressed with that, man. I had no expectations going into it, and I was blown away. I was really blown away, man. So I'm really happy with that. And Robert Glasper, he dropped Black Radio 3. And I really enjoyed that as well. So, yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah, that's on my list. I need to check that one out.
Yeah.
As far as me, the only rap I've been listening to is Tana Talk 4 as well. Really dope. Yeah, man. Benny just going from strength to strength, so salute to him for that. But listening to a lot of Hack Baker as well recently because I've been doing I'm writing his bio. So I've been listening to a lot of his music, especially his last EP, Misled. It's like, he calls it G-folk, but it's essentially like folk music by a black geezer from East London. Very niche, but also like very dope. He talks on a lot of like what the streets used to talk about as far as like working class struggles and stuff, and that kind of relatability. So yeah, very dope. Salute to him. And I've also been listening to an EP by Ego LMA, Field Notes 2.
Ego.
I corrected myself. Yeah, Field Notes 2. Very good EP. Very dope. She's a dope singer. She's got some good people behind her on the production front as well. So salute to everybody involved with that one as well. So yeah, man, that's what I've been listening to.
She's been around for a time as well.
She has. I only really caught on in the last like year or so.
Yeah.
But quietly, she's been making very good music. So, you know, want nothing but the best for her. And
Randomly saw her in, where was it? Oval?
Oh, swear.
I feel like I'm like, yeah, randomly. I don't know why, but yeah. I was like, oh shit. Hi.
Oh, you said hi?
Did I?
No. In my head, I was like, oh shit, hi.
Why would you say, you know? Oh, do you know?
Have you ever seen a rapper or a artist live and said hi in the flesh?
Miss Spudded Tinchy Strider.
Okay. Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
At the
Yeah. That was it though.
Fair enough.
Feel you.
I'm stushed though, innit? So might give a little head nod, but that's you know what I mean? Like, what's good?
I tried to listen to Digga D as well, actually. Forgot to mention that.
What tune?
I don't even got a clue, I'll be honest with you.
His new
Oh,
tune,
I
Life
tried.
of a Real G, is really good.
I was listening to him for a bit because I want to expand my horizons after that podcast.
Again,
Yeah, just because I was like, maybe I judged them too harsh.
part 2 of Most expanding his
Yeah.
horizons.
So I'm going to keep doing this until I find the one.
You're probably not going to find the one with this new crop. I can't even lie to you.
Hey, man. Then
What did you think of the tune?
it wasn't good.
Is it Life of Real G?
I genuinely don't remember what it was.
Is it the
That's why I
one
didn't mention it. That's why I didn't mention it. But I remember just now, like I was listening to it quite a few times. But
Is it the one that sounds mad like 2010?
yeah.
Yeah,
Very,
the,
very
the DVS one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You
two
didn't like
videos,
that one?
Nah.
Man,
But there was one song I liked, so I'm going to carry on with him and see if we get there.
that's a banger, man.
You liked it?
Yeah, man.
I apologize.
I think it was mainly for the beat, but and the good thing I like about that with Digger is he's showing that he can expand himself outside of drill.
So he's related to DVS?
No, he's not related. He just took the beat, innit?
I don't know where I saw someone that there's a relation to. I think it was because I saw it on Insta originally and then I found out.
No, I think he just took the beat.
Anyway, salute to Digger D.
Salute to Digger D, man. But anyway,
I didn't say anything.
no, listen.
No, that annoyed me because
I thought you were going to say something.
No, that's genuinely
man.
because I sometimes forget. I think he forgets he's on camera because I looked at him and he was just looking at me like this. And I know he wants to make a comment.
I didn't say
He
nothing.
wants to make
I thought he was going to say
I
something.
wasn't going to say nothing, man. You know. Big
I thought you were going to say something.
I thought he was going to say
man.
something. I was waiting for you. I'll be honest with you.
You looked at us with a disgust of, these men are listening.
The podcast is gonna realise
new
that
school
we-
UK rappers.
Nah, not at all, man.
All right, cool. Well, you're on camera now, so people can see you.
That's fine.
I'm so glad they can. I'm so glad they can him and his old self, bro.
I feel you, man. All right, we're going to move on to the first topic of today, and we're going to be reviewing an album called Reason to Smile by the one and only Kojey Radical. His debut album and his first project since 2019's Cashmere Tears. It is the culmination of a 7-year journey for Kojey. He dropped his first EP in 2014. That was Dear Daisy Opium. And in 2016, he dropped 23 Winters. 2017, he dropped In God's Body. 2019, Cashmere Tears. And it's now led to Reason to Smile, his debut album. It's got features from the likes of Khalees, Tiana Major 9, Nux, Wretch Free 2, Shaka, Lexa Moore, Masego, Shea Universe, Cash, Ego LMA, and Rex Life Raj. And production, and this is a long list, but they deserve it, by the likes of Swindle, Cadenza, KZ, Blue Lab Beats, 169, The Fanatics, Remedy, Venna, Jay Prince, Cameron Palmer, Rick and Thaddeus, Emil Larby, Adrian Francis, Jay Weathers, Ayodele, Owen Cuts, and Ed Thomas. Now, boys, Kojey's first album, he's been hyping it and hyping it and hyping it. He even announced the release date way back in like November of last year for a March 2022 drop. But it's here. We're here. What do we think? I'm going to start with Peter because I think he was the most excited.
So why you got to start
Yeah.
with me for, man?
Because you were talking about it last episode and I thought, who better to start this off
Man,
than Peter?
I actually wanted to start with Mo, but
You got this.
really good album, man. Really, really good album, man. I was so happy to hear when I gave it a once over. I was so happy. I was like, yes. Do you know what I mean? This is kind of what I've been waiting for. I think I started listening to him when he drops 23 Winters. That was my first Kojey project, and I feel like at that time that was when he was really in his spoken word bag, innit? And then In God's Body dropped, and it was similar sort of vein, but like maybe a step up. And then he dropped Cashmere Tears, and that song, I was blown away, bruv. I was absolutely blown away. I loved the video. I just loved the vibe. I was like, yeah, this brother's funky. And then the whole project was just dope as well. So I was always thinking that, where's he going to go from here? And it feels like this album is natural progression and a continuation of what he was doing on that project as well, particularly on that song, Cashmere Tears. I think that was the first song I'd heard from him where I felt like, yeah, this guy's a musical guy. And he's got a lot of promise and there's a lot of potential there, and he's definitely got a lot to grow into, and he's going to grow into. So when I first listened to this album, I was like, yeah, man, I think he's figured it out. And I think we had an episode early on where we spoke about him being pigeonholed in that spoken word type flow. But Cashmere Tears and then A Reason to Smile shows that any artist that starts on there doesn't have to be restricted to that. And there's a lot of like growth that can be taken from that. So seeing like where he started to where he's at now musically is just fantastic to see, man. And seeing how like how he uses his voice as an instrument is dope as well, because I think his flow's changed as well quite a bit. It's a lot more rhythmic. And when he was doing more the spoken word stuff, it was always lyrical, but it becoming more rhythmic, I think he's found a way to like balance the lyrical side of things with, I guess, the flow being more sharper for me. And he displays that all over the album for me, man. I think there's also something about him, because he had a child as well, I think, between Cashmere Tears and this project as well. And I think the music that he's made on this is probably a reflection on that, man, because I think he's always had like good content. He's always had good content, but you can really hear the growth, for me anyway, on this project, with like different subject matters and the fact that, you know, he's got his mum on there as well, which shows a bit more of a personable side. It kind of made me feel like I'm being pulled in a bit more to who Kojey is. It's like he's peeling back layers. And yeah, I just really enjoy the music, man. They're just dope. I don't think there's a song on there that I don't like. He's got no duds on there for me. And just genuinely, I'm just very, very proud of this album. It came from a UK artist as well. Do you know what I mean? Because we've spoken about, like, you know, our scene and, you know, album making abilities from particular artists and, you know, classics and how many we've got and how many good projects we've actually got. I think this one's going to go down as a very good album for a very long time, man. So I'm just very proud of him.
I hear that, man. I feel like, and I've been saying this for a while, when he decided to start rapping on beat, he unlocked another level, because you can hear and you can feel the lyricism, you can feel the content, you can feel the subject matter just a little bit more. And as the music around him has kind of grown and blossomed in that sense as well, it's just made for a perfect marriage in that sense. So, yeah, I mean, I can go forth next. I mean, yeah, I think this is a great album. I'm not going to say it's the album of the year.
I am. Sorry.
But it's got that, spoilers.
Sorry.
But it's got that album of the year feel. I feel like once you press play on the title track and the way it opens up with the big drums and the big beat.
Tiana Major 9.
Tiana Major 9 is a cheat code, first of all. It's just like, once you have her on the hook, like it's always going to be a good track. But it has that kind of like regal opening, like just majestic quality to it that lets you know that you're in for an amazing ride. And from start to finish, this guy done did it. Like, I wasn't too sure.
He done did it, innit?
Yeah, he done did it. I wasn't too sure really what was going to happen with this album. I feel like with Cashmere Tears, I feel like, yeah, he'd reached his groove. And I was always wondering how he was going to top it. But the thing is, he topped it, but I don't really think he had to do a whole lot to top it. I just feel like it was just, like you said, it was like a natural progression to something higher. And I feel like he just reached that like with aplomb. And it's bursting with like all kinds of color, variety. Again, as I said, the regalness with it. It feels like a king is being crowned. It sounds like an ascension of sorts, especially like the first like 4 tunes. It's a really dope album, man. Lyrically, he's just on another level. I feel like his pen is getting sharper. The guest went hard. It's just a good album, man. It just feels like a culmination of him just kind of doing his thing without compromising his principles. Like, obviously he came up on the kind of poetry stuff and he's always kind of retained that in a sense. He's still that guy, but he's managed to peel more layers of what he wants to do with his art as the years have gone by. So for me, it's just a great album, man. I feel like, again, the title track sounds triumphant as hell, and Tiana on the hook is always a winner. Together, funky as hell.
Get your shit together. That's my shit.
Funky as hell. Lowrider music in South Central with the roof down. That sort of stuff. Nappy, he had one bar when he was like, I remember when nobody called me, now they call me important. It's that kind of flexing along with the kind of, you know, kind of pro-black, revolutionary, you know, kind of more conscious, but also introspective subject matter and bars that he's kind of delivering. He's very much a full package. I guess one of the knocks on Kojey early in his career is maybe he kind of honed in too much on the kind of revolutionary stuff, and he was always going to lose a few listeners because of that. But he's kind of opened up what he writes about and what he raps about to where it's a lot more relatable. So I very much appreciate that now, and I feel like this album's a combination of that.
I was going to say the same thing, man. He's found a perfect marriage of not dumbing down, but giving enough jewels with the consciousness of his bars and the production. And a lot of rappers that consider themselves conscious, and or maybe he doesn't even consider himself that, but a lot of people that come from that ilk, that's what they struggle with. They struggle to marry the content with the production, but he's found that perfect marriage.
Well, I mean, to borrow one of your favorite words, he's a jiggy brother. Like, he's not like these conscious guys that are kind of just stuffy and stiff and all that.
Yeah.
He is a jiggy guy. Like, he likes to party. He likes to go out. He likes to do all of this stuff. He has his vices sort of thing. He's not just this, I'm a revolutionary and I'm only going to do this. I'm only going to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to...
He's a black brother that grew up in multicultural London. Bro.
Precisely.
I can't lie.
Like, he grew up around the corner. He grew up in Hoxton. So he's been seen and lived. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like you said, he's got a ute now as well. So he's seen a lot. And it's only right that he reflects that in the subject matter. So, yeah, man, I very much appreciate that. Like, Silk might be my favorite tune. Might be. Kojey and Masego are floating all over that.
Bruv.
Born, the dancehall vibes.
Wow.
Cash, solid with the assist. Pusher Man, the beat switch, wavy. Beat switch was wavy.
Fam.
Payback. Payback's my favorite.
That's my favorite tune.
Bro, look what I've got here.
Payback's my
That's my
favourite
favorite song. That's my favorite
Payback's
song.
your favorite tune as well?
Yeah, that one,
Yeah, man.
Gangsters.
On that tune, though, it felt like him and Nux are going at it.
Fam, they were, I'm telling you.
'Cause I know when he heard Nux's verse, he was like, nah, I'm not letting this guy get me, man. And
There's no way,
you know
there's
what?
no way.
Nux and Wretch are like the smoothest MCs from London for me. But the way Kojey came in, it was nice, man. It was nice, bro.
It was, because he knew he had to play.
yeah.
He knew he had to play, because Nux was just so smooth with it.
Talking money language, can't tell the accent. Something. My pen look like a Mac. What? Nah.
That's my favorite song on the album. I genuinely wrote it as well in my notes. But that's my favorite song on the album.
For sure, man. And even Gangsters
Gangsters up there. I got them two on my top two.
very sweet tribute to his mum.
Just
And
smooth, man.
some of the wordplay on there as well.
Bruv.
Like, I think he said something to the effect of, I was looking outward and forgetting that there was rice at home, sort of thing. So, yeah, man, I think his way of just kind of packaging stuff and kind of regurgitating what we've heard before, but in different ways, that's what I appreciate the most about him, man. And I think it's got so much replay value as well.
Bro, you got everything.
So
I've
much
got.
replay value.
I've got that here as well. I literally got replay value.
Go
times
through,
10.
man. What did
Let
you
me
think
speak.
of it? What
Thank
did
you
you
very
think?
much, because you're taking all my points.
Sorry, bro.
Now, this was my introduction to him. So I'm not like you guys. I didn't have prior knowledge of. I've never listened.
Not even Cashmere Tears?
Nah.
Damn.
And
I mean, that doesn't
I
surprise
thought you
me.
knew that though. I thought you know.
I thought maybe you might have heard the
Now listen
song,
to Kojey back in the day.
This doesn't surprise me.
Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Don't do that. We move. So this was the first time I sat on him. So I thought, all right, cool, no expectations. And sometimes I love that when I've never listened to anything. So you ain't got nothing prior. You ain't got no. I expect this. I expect that. So cool. First song, I was like, okay, cool. This is a bit of a problem. By the time, and I promise you, this is literally how it goes. By the time we got to Payback, I was like, okay, this isn't by accident now, because this is like 4 or 5 in a row. And I got, hold on, let me just look. So yeah, so by the time we got to Payback, I was like, a lot's going on. Because I heard War Outside. War Outside's stupid as well, by the way. But I heard that previously on FIFA, and I didn't even know. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that was him. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I heard Gangstar. There was a lot going on that album. Like he sat me down and just painted a picture, and every single song painted a picture. Whether it's the same one or a continuation of the previous one, or if it was a new picture, he had me transfixed. And albums don't do that to me, I'll be honest with you. When I listen to albums more time, I will just be listening and I'm moving, or I'm not really concentrating. This one, I sat down and it genuinely painted a picture in every story. It was stupid. Like I can't. UK people don't make albums like this, and it's so hard to explain how I mean. Like the production, with the beat flows, with the rhymes, with everything. I don't remember the last time I sat on a UK album that gave me this feel. Like sincerely. Like this is a whole. I can't compare this to anything of recent. I mean, previous.
We bigged up Sims's album last year so much. I think this album is as well put together as that one.
This to me has. You said it. It's got no skippables.
I would agree with that. And even interesting enough, I think the video for Payback, it feels like a companion piece for Little Sims's Woman.
Oh, for
When I
real?
think about the visuals and I guess just the upliftment of the music. I don't know. When I watch them both, that's what I got from that.
Nice.
Now this album's a lot. What stood out for me is the flow changes. The way he switches up his flow is dirty to me. And then the way he mixes the bars with it, because it's hard to get the two.
Yeah.
And the way he mixes the bar and the intricate bars, the triple entendres. Now Kojey's a problem.
He's found his groove, man. He's
It's
really found
music.
his groove.
Like, it sounds so simple, but this whole album was just music. Like, I don't need to overcomplicate it. It was just good music.
Yeah.
And to me,
he took his time with it.
Yeah, it's album of the year to me already. Like, so far that I haven't heard a better album.
UK or
UK.
generally?
Even generally, I'm trying to think who really dropped this.
Yeah, I think for me so far. this
Generally,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I'd
think.
say.
Has anyone? I don't think anyone's dropped. And do you know what it is to have how many songs? Is it like 12,
No.
No, like 15?
Yeah, around
15?
that time, yeah.
Give me the last time someone dropped a 15 track album, no skippables.
Well, I mean,
'Cause I could tell you what we called it, but I don't want to do it. Sorry. Sorry.
yeah, we got to be
What
careful.
do we call him?
No, I could tell you what we call an album that's 15 songs with not one skippable.
Now, to be
Begins
fair,
with C.
I've-
Oh, do I go there or don't I?
in fairness, I got a couple skippables just to be
Oh, for real?
Just to be done.
I don't, you know. I'm trying to look here.
I think
So yeah, if you could say that this album had an Achilles heel, what would it be?
the sequence between Beautiful and Solo, I didn't really care for that.
Okay.
Beautiful, I didn't really care for it.
You didn't
What, you don't like Beautiful?
I didn't like.
Yeah, but he
Beautiful
don't
too
like
tough.
he don't
I
like
didn't-
Rich.
No, it's
What?
not-
He don't like
it's not
Rich.
that.
He don't
It's
like
not-
Rich.
I just didn't like
You
that.
man
I
hate
don't-
on Rich,
I
not
just
you.
don't- I just
Him.
don't-
Bro, that's for me one of the best songs on the album, bro.
Nah.
It's Rich.
I think. Do you know why I think Yem don't like it though?
No, here we-
Because it's. I know. I think it's touching on a bit more of a sensitive side of Kojey and just sensitivity.
I
in
love
general.
that song.
Yem's not a sensitive brother.
I don't think it's got anything to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
with
but
that. I just, why can I just not appreciate? Why can I just not like the music?
Yeah, you
I-
can not like it, but there might be a reason for not liking it, and I think it's that.
I don't
Keith
think it's
says that. I think
just don't
that-
think.
I
I
think-
just don't think it was the strongest tune.
I think
That's
you're
the
hating
album.
Rich.
That's
I
probably
think
one of
you're
my
hating Rich.
favorite songs on the album.
And that's what I'm going to go with.
Enough to me.
That's what I'm going to go with.
I thought Shaka absolutely killed the hook. I loved Wretch's verse.
He starts
I
the
loved
verse.
what Kojey- I
He
loved
starts the
what
song
Kojey
as well with
did.
a dirt. He starts a crypt.
For me, it didn't really hit anywhere. Didn't really hit for me either. Solo, I appreciated the subject matter. And again, like with these tunes, I appreciate the subject matter, but for me, it just didn't hit.
Okay.
And that's it. But other than that, 12 out of 15 ain't bad. You know?
That's a
very
high-
good.
Yeah,
Hey
that's
man,
still very good. Man.
That's very, very good.
that's better than a lot of basketball players.
What did you think the Achilles heel was, if any?
I don't want to pick something just for the sake of it. I don't really have one.
Fair enough.
If you don't have one,
Maybe-
don't force it. Don't force it.
Yeah, I don't-
I mean, yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that.
I don't really have one. I loved everything he gave me on this album, from the features to the production to his lyrics. I loved it all. I can't fault this album at all, man. It gave me, for someone like me, man, it was just a perfect marriage of everything, man. Stuff that's thought-provoking, stuff that's just flying jiggy.
The jiggy shit was
Do you know
amazing.
what I mean? The
He done that
sensitive
jiggy shit. I
tracks.
can't lie.
Gave me sensitivity, gave me upliftment. Yeah, I mean, he tied it in with, like, you know, family values as well. I can't fault this guy, man.
Yeah, man. And I think the best albums are always the ones that have so much variety, not just in terms of the music, but also in terms of the subject matter. I mean, that's not to say that all albums that are good are varied.
Yeah.
Shout out Pusha T. But
But you know,
Most
I don't
of
think
them
you always need variation, man.
no, you don't.
Nah, if you know what you're good at, sometimes you don't need to push the. You don't need to.
But if you're that way inclined, generally, which Kojey is, it's always going to spill out into the music anyway. These different sides of his personality, these different sides of his character. And that makes that album that much richer for me.
Yeah.
Because he's not just catering to one aspect of his character. He's catering to all of it. And you kind of never have time to breathe, but in a good way,
Yeah.
in a sense. Because he's giving you all so many different facets of himself and really laying himself bare as well. I think his mum being on was a really sweet touch as well. Again, the features did their thing. The production, the producers all did their thing. It's a great album, man.
He's a true artist, and I think
Yeah,
just
yeah.
similar to what you said, he touched on so many different chambers of his persona. And I think because of that, he's going to have a very long career, man. And it's going to be, I don't think he can be pigeonholed because he can literally do anything as far as the type of
He showed
songs that he makes.
Showed
He
it.
can literally do any sort of bag. If he eventually ends up doing like a really pop tune, I wouldn't be that surprised. I may not like it, but I don't think I'd be that surprised because I feel like it's in his character. I don't think he'd be selling his soul if he did that.
But it would also be strategic because there's not a climate now where anyone's just going to drop on any tune just because it's poppy and just because it's going to sell.
Yeah.
Whatever he's going to do is going to make sense.
Yeah.
If he's doing a tune with a Tana Major 9, for instance, who's growing in stature,
Yeah.
that's going to make a lot more sense than if he was to do a tune with Joel Corey or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing I love about Kojey as well. Everything is strategic. Everything is planned out. Everything is methodical. You know what I mean? He's not just doing stuff for the sake of it.
Yeah.
And he never has, which kind of goes back to the idea of him never compromising.
Yeah.
He's doing things, following his own train, following his own schedule, not in a taking the piss way like Jay Electronica. He's actually doing it in a way.
Sorry.
I know, but he deserves it. But doing it in a way that's actually like feasible and like real.
What was the wait between this project and his last project?
What do you mean?
When was his last project out?
Couple years.
2019.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's been dropping
3 years, yeah.
every 2 years, pretty much.
I can't lie. Going in with fresh ears was the best feeling in the world.
Cashmere Tears is my favorite Kojey song. I still don't, I can't even say that. I didn't think he could make better music than he did with that one song, because that song was just perfect to me.
Okay.
Absolutely perfect. But on this album, man, and that song is very dear to me, but he's given me moments on this album that
It's music, man.
it can rival it, man.
No,
For what it means to me, it can rival it.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for
The
sure.
songs like Fubu, I absolutely love Fubu, bro. I love the slum sample. Like, that was the first thing I clocked. I love that. I love that. For someone like us, as we get older,
You're
a
waking
lot,
up.
a lot of the music that we grew up
Facts.
on and that we loved are going to start being sampled.
Facts.
And we're eventually going to become the old heads. Like, oh shit, he sampled
I
something,
mean,
something,
one of us already is.
Relax.
Because we're gonna find out later.
So I think him doing that was one of the first instances of like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So I just really appreciated that, man. But that's,
What did you guys think of the Khalees contribution?
I love the fact that he
loved
pulled out Khalees out of nowhere.
What's the?
Random, innit?
Not
that's
everyone
the-
could get a Khalees feature.
It's random though. Like bare random.
Hella random.
Police.
Hella random.
Where'd you even find her? Like where?
The hook was a bit redundant for me, but I enjoyed the vibe though.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
But it was just like, where'd you even find her from?
I just salute him.
That's
Yeah,
what-
I
it's a
just
flex,
salute him
it's a
for
flex,
getting a
It's a
feature.
flex. It's a flex.
Yeah. I
Is
salute.
that what
It's
I
like,
mean?
yo, fuck it. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, 100%.
Nah, this album's dope, man. Like, I can't put it to words how much I enjoy this album.
So what were both your favourite 5 songs?
5?
Yeah.
Top. So I've got Payback. I said Payback already. I've said Gangster.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Get Your Shit Together as well, because that shit's jiggy. I can't lie.
Okay.
And I'll go with Fubu.
Okay.
I've got Reason to Smile, Together, Silk, Born, and Payback.
Okay. I've got Silk, Payback, Fubu, Beautiful, and Born.
Yeah.
I really appreciate what Cash did on that hook, man.
I was happy to see him as well.
Yeah.
I was happy to see him in the song as well.
Just hearing his voice
fun,
and
that.
yeah, it was nice. He brought a nice flavour to that song.
The switch up as well, from like
Yeah.
The way they went
dancehall
into rapping
rhythms
as well.
to rapping as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, Cash has clearly come back.
Yeah.
I'm glad he
Bang,
is as
man.
well, man. Salute to Cash. That's like.
100%, man. So where does Kojey go from here, guys?
Upwards, man.
Well, to me,
I think he's
hopefully
he's just gonna grow and get better. He gave me what I was hoping for from Kashmir Tears to this, so I'm not gonna doubt the man. I think he's only gonna get better, to be honest. If he sticks with the producers that he's got, yeah, man. I think him and Swindle was a fantastic marriage. I like him and Blue Lab Beats too. I didn't know I needed that.
Do you know what
Nah,
this?
he did bits.
Yeah, because I know that Kojey's been on there. I can't remember what project it was, but yeah.
I remember the tune though.
Yeah. So I've always liked them together. So yeah, I just like him with this batch of producers.
I think an honorable mention needs to go to KZ as well, because KZ pretty much did a lot of the tracks on the album and executed it fantastically. So
Yeah.
shout out to KZ as well.
This is gonna sound like a stretch, but do you know what this album reminded me of? To Pimp a Butterfly a little bit.
Explain.
And I know it's a stretch, but you know how To Pimp's got a couple of jiggy songs, like a lot of upbeat songs, but he's rapping. It kind of reminded me of the two a little bit.
Okay.
Like I remember when I was listening, I was like, this kind of reminds me of To Pimp.
Okay.
Hey, just let me throw that.
So
out
what, the UK's answer to Pimp?
there.
Is
Hey,
that what you're saying?
I wouldn't say all of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say all of that. I wouldn't say all of that.
That would be a
Yeah, I wouldn't say all of
I'm
that. I wouldn't
just
say all of
asking
that.
a question.
Nah, it just
Asking a
remind.
question.
It can remind me of something,
Yeah.
and not be equivalent. It could just
Okay.
back in my mind.
I think we have yet to see that.
Like when I heard "Get Your Shit Together," I heard I got a mold to pick. So it just,
Okay.
Or King Kunta.
yeah, like King Kunta and "Get Your Shit Together" kind of came into my head at the same time.
I hear that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only way is up for Kojey. And like I said before, I feel like because he's so methodical and he's strategic, he knows what's in his portion and what's up next, and it's going to be done his way. He's not going to be swept up by, the fame or all the recognition that he's getting now and all that success. He's going to take that in his stride, and he's going to build, and it's going to become greater. Yeah. So he's building a legacy, and I'm all the way here for it.
Salute to him, man.
He's an album artist, man, and I still appreciate that, man. And I hope him and Nux do more music together as well. I love that. I think they can push each other.
They did on that song, boy. You know they did, innit? He definitely rewrote that.
Yeah.
Man.
And
Fact.
I think that song just
He definitely
confirmed that
went
they're
back.
probably two of my favourite MCs like today.
currently.
Yeah.
You heard that Nux verse. I was like, all right, cool. Give me 2 secs.
No, yeah, Nux, he went in, man. Nux went in on that, man.
No, he fully did. He fully did.
Yeah. Salute to the both of them, man. That's
Salute to all of them, man. And, you know,
Big up Kojey, man.
Big up, man. You got a fan in me.
Fan in you.
Can't lie, you got a fan.
You listened at a perfect time as well.
Yeah, I can't lie. Caught me.
You probably would have tuned out with all the poetry stuff.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have went to sleep.
You should go back to Cashmere Tears, though.
That one song.
That album.
All right, cool.
Fire.
Now I got you to. There's no reason not to. Like I genuinely enjoy this album.
Yeah, that's Cashmere Tears, the song, and Hours.
Bruv, this album caught me
Phenomenal.
slipping. I'm gonna go back to his music because this album caught me slipping. Like, I had no expectations, zero. I was getting ready to flame him.
Really?
Yeah, for no reason.
And you call me a hater?
I was getting ready to flame him. Yeah, me. Look at me.
You were looking forward to
Oh
it.
my god, I was getting ready to flame him.
I knew you were looking forward
I was
to
even trying. You know when you get your shit to get your. I was trying not. You know when you're firm in it, like no, I'm not doing this.
Why?
And then you're like, okay, I don't know. I'm a hater by birth.
Fully,
Serious.
yeah, you fully are.
No, salute to him, honestly, man.
Yeah.
Great album. My album of the year so far, UK and US.
Yeah.
I hear that, bro. Salute to Kojey, man.
All day.
Salute to him.
Cool. We're now going to move on to the next topic.
Okay. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Yes, and this is a conversation that
So-
us three have been having.
Oh, talk about it.
This is a conversation that us three have been having off the pod for the best part of, I want to say, maybe 2-3 years.
Could say that.
But now the time has come for us to discuss it on the pod.
You man really have me talking about this guy.
And we're going to talk about the one and only Chicago's very own
The legend, the icon. Some might call him a pioneer.
Chief Keef. The architect of such hits as I Don't Like,
There we go.
Love Sosa,
There you go.
Phone 'Em,
Oh,
and I don't know much else.
is that what we're stopping at?
I don't know anything.
do that to
I
him.
don't
Don't do
know
that
it.
to him.
I don't know
Don't do
any-
that to him. Don't do that to him.
Go on.
Don't do that to him.
Go on then.
Talk about hate being sober with Wiz Khalifa and 50 Cent and Chief Keef's in it.
Can't hold my liquor with Kanye West as well and
Talk-
Jesus.
There you go. Salute to Chief. We're not doing that to him.
Cool. So we had a conversation. I think it was the last time we recorded,
Yep.
and
In Drake's car.
in Drake's car, and we were talking about whether Chief Keef is a legend. Now, obviously, Chief Keef is the pioneer of Chicago drill and the Chicago drill scene. Obviously, I Don't Like was kind of like the coronation of that sound. And Mo has basically been arguing that translates to him being a legend of
No.
rap and hip hop generally.
Can we rephrase that?
All right, go
Can
through.
we rephrase that?
Go through.
I don't want to be assassinated. My character can't be assassinated.
Go through that.
What I said was, do we agree that he's a pioneer?
He's a pioneer of drill music.
And this is what I'm saying. And drill music is the biggest today. So can you be a pioneer and not be a legend? Or is it intertwined? If you're a pioneer, does that automatically make you a legend? Because if that is the case, we have a legend in the name of Sir Chief Keef also.
Sir Chief Keef. Well, I mean, I think
And that's what the debate is. I generally feel like
is
I
that the
always
debate
ask-
though, or is it him being a legend?
that's it. The debate, him being a legend. Because I acknowledge he's a pioneer, and in my opinion, a pioneer and a legend intertwined. You cannot, if you're a pioneer to what is arguably the biggest sound in hip hop today, whether we like it or not. Because the disagreement is if we like drill or not. Because if we all love drill, we would have said he's a legend.
I like drill though.
This brother here I'm talking about. I'm just indirecting him right now.
I think my argument when we spoke about it before was, I'll give him the pioneer label.
Then you have to give him legend label.
Let me finish.
Sorry, sir.
I think to be a legend of hip hop, you need a little bit more than just pioneering a sound that's popular. I think you need a personal catalogue that people refer to as godly or GOAT worthy. I feel like you need to have a certain level of impact as well, beyond just like a couple singles that pioneer the sound. And generally, I just feel like you need to stand the test of time a bit more. Chief Keef has been around since 2012. I think he's still only, 25 or something like that?
He got signed at 17 or
Dumb
something.
young.
Dumb young.
So I'm not going to give him the legend label just yet at such a young age, just for him pioneering a sound. Especially when people who, well, actually, no, let me not say that. I was going to say people who have taken that sound and done it better, namely the UK drill.
That's fair.
But I don't think that knocks his pioneerism,
can't.
because obviously he's the pioneer. He's the reason why drill music is popular. But I don't think he's a legend just yet. I don't think he has the catalogue. And to be honest, maybe I'm being biased because I haven't listened to any of his projects. I ain't listened to Finally Rich. I ain't listened to any of it. But
Yeah, sorry.
go through.
This is, by the way, I don't listen to Chief Keef. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not at home listening to Chief. I'm 30 years old, bro.
I thought you were.
I'm 30 years old. I'm not listening to Chief Keef.
Fair enough.
My point being is, I agree with you. When you talk legend, all of that comes into account. But I think in life there are anomalies. And I think, unfortunately, he is one of them, whether we like it or not. When you created the biggest wave that we've had in hip-hop the last 3 years, and I can't see it stopping. I can't see an end to drill where, okay, what's the next wave? So say if it continues for another 4 or 5 years, you create a run that was dominating the charts for 7 years or whatever, and you create that.
You can't see it stopping.
Hang on.
No, I can't see it stopping.
No.
As in, that drill's going to be popping for a long
Bro,
time.
talk to me. I'm gonna get all my shit off and then he can go.
I feel like
Let him stew.
By the way,
Let him
camera?
stew.
Where's the camera?
Let him
This is
stew.
a handicap match.
Drakes.
No, it's not a handicap match.
Drakes. Chat to your boy.
Audience, for reference, Drake's, our cameraman, is behind the
Big up Drakes, man.
Big up.
Salute to my brother. Big up Trey.
Now listen, let Peter stew.
All right, cool.
Talk to me.
What I'm saying is, I can't see the end of drill, unfortunately. So say if drill dominates the charts. Let's just say if drill dominates the charts. Is it dominating the charts, Yemi?
He's getting angry.
UK charts. Is it dominating the charts?
Yes, 100%.
Is it the hottest thing in the charts? In
the UK, yes.
In the UK right now.
Yes.
So say if it continues being the hottest thing in the UK for the next 5 years, and then it continues being the hottest next thing in America for the next 5. Yeah? In America. We're going on what? Almost 9 years now. And you've got one man that created all of that. Whether we like it or not, he's created a sound that dominated hip-hop for almost a decade. Does that not make him a legend?
Okay, I've got a few questions.
Salute.
One, where is Chief Keef in all of this? Because UK drill, let me finish.
Sorry.
UK drill is going swimmingly without him. US drill, which is essentially reborn UK drill,
Yeah.
is going swimmingly without him.
Yeah.
He is making records that, look, really and truly isn't really touching the mainstream consciousness.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Now, let me take it back. Let me take it back to a man from Atlanta called Little John.
Yeah.
Little John pioneered crunk music. Crunk music was the music for about a year or two. You know what I mean? Get Low was like the biggest song around and all that stuff. He's definitely a pioneer. But would you call Little John a legend?
No, because you said a year or two.
No,
You just said a year or two. I'm said if it's all. I said what if?
but he pioneered a sound.
Yeah, but what if it gets to almost a decade? That
But you're saying
drill
the
music is.
yeah, but you're saying
No,
a pioneer
but I'm
and
also
legend is
not-
intertwined.
No, but I'm saying it also counts into what you create. What you create also matters. If drill music continues being number one for almost a decade, I think that there is some level to where it's.
Bro, arguably Little John's impact or Little John's run is greater than Chief Keef's.
That's a fact. I'm not. Chief Keef did not have a run. I'm only attributing him creating
Can I ask
drill
a
music.
question?
This isn't musically. No, musically, I'm not talking about. Musically, I'm not talking about Chief Keef. I'm not a Chief Keef fan. This is all bar 1 or 2 songs. This is just me saying he is the headhunter of drill music, which is now number 1 for the last.
Can I
4
ask a
All right, let me attack that real quick. The drill music that he came up on is not the same as the drill music that's out right now.
We also
drill
know-
music has evolved, right?
So has
it's
rap.
evolved. Yeah, but drill music. We're talking about drill, right?
Yeah.
Drill music has evolved without him.
Facts.
Drill music is being dominated by what's going on in this country rather than the US, right? Sorry, US fans, but that's the facts.
Hold it.
You know what I'm saying? So his influence is waning in a sense because it's not the same essence of drill as it was when he came out.
That's a fact.
Right? You say that pioneers and legends can be intertwined in their anomalies. By that logic, Little John is a legend too.
No, 'cause
because he's an anomaly. Uncle Luke, who pioneered
No,
Miami
it's-
bass,
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
is a legend.
No, 'cause
Is a
right
legend.
now you're
Which,
too
to
little.
be fair, he is because of 2 Live Crew and the whole legal thing that went up with them anyway. But if you even take that away, by that logic, for him pioneering Miami bass, he's a legend too.
And can I talk now?
Go true.
Or do you want to say something finally?
Oh,
I forgot.
you remember that I'm a part of this podcast too. So what, can I give my views and my point?
No. So we were saying,
so
yeah.
as I was saying-
No, go true.
All right, cool.
Here
So
we
I
go.
looked up the word legend.
I knew he would do silent.
Right? I looked up the word legend, right? It says a very old story or set of stories from ancient times, or the stories not always true, that people tell about a famous event or person, right? I think we're looking at this word legend as such. Man. Let's deal with the actual legitimacy of the actual definition of the word, right?
All right, cool.
Is Chief Keef a legend yet? No. And to answer your question very plainly, those being a pioneer, being a legend, are not intertwined at all.
So can he be a pioneer and not be a legend?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because he's not a legend.
I'm not saying
He might have pioneered,
wait.
he might have pioneered the thing, but he ain't a legend.
I think that comes down to.
I'm
not
sorry,
you
it's just
not you
not.
personally. I could tell the way he's become, the way he's attacking me.
I'm not attacking
I'm
you.
going to tell you why this is.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think the credit you try and give Chief Keef is absolutely appalling.
No, because it's not even credit.
No,
it's
it's
just
appalling.
a fact. It's
No,
not.
it's appalling,
No, because
bro.
you're just saying credit.
You are trying
Can I
to
talk-
attribute the word legend to someone that doesn't even warrant it, bro.
I'm not. No.
And this,
Let
but this is,
them talk.
and this is also my problem with how you man use the words like classic as well.
Wait,
You man just be giving like any man the title of legend and that. I'm not, nah, man. We ain't doing that, bro. Especially someone like you,
Why
bro.
is he
Someone like
catching
you,
this?
bro.
Don't do you. like that.
I always catch it straight. No reason.
P. My point is, can I go back to what I was saying?
Go on.
Cool. I'm not saying musically he's good or anything like that. I'm saying I'm not attributing nothing else to him other than what he started. I haven't fabricated anything. He started drill music.
If you're only
he's the reason why Central C's here. He's the reason why Heady's here. He's the reason why Dirk's there. He's the reason why Von's there. Pop Smoke. He's the reason why.
To a very
No, it's
small-
not though.
Very
It's
to a very
not.
small-
It's not.
Nah,
You
it kinda is,
this
though.
G.
It kinda is,
bro,
though.
He started this.
Yeah, but bro.
Respectfully.
Yeah, but bro. It's
Our drill came from Chicago drill originally.
Yeah, but what happens when you get a bottle of Robinsons, you pour it in a cup, and you pour water? It gets diluted. So what's happened to drill? It's been diluted.
And I hear you,
It's not
but
the same. Chicago drill and UK drill are not the same.
1000%. But that's just how it goes. That's just rap. We don't rap like Kojey rap anymore. It's just the way evolution is evolution.
No, some rappers do.
That's a fact. But evolution is evolution.
I'm moving diesel on them.
My point being, I'm just saying he is the foundation of it. Regardless if it's been diluted or not. We would have 70% of the popping rappers right now if it weren't for him.
I just think
Do you get what I mean?
I hear it, and I think it's valid to an extent, but I also think you're placing entirely too much weight on him.
That's fine. Chief Keef needs a support, and that's me.
Does he?
Yeah, man. Because old head like you.
You don't even listen to him.
I know I don't. I'm just. You know what it is. I rebuke the old heads like him. And I'm here to speak up for the people on behalf of Chief Keef. Because the way he's disrespectful, all I'm saying, he's acting like a fabricator.
Am I
Do you know what it-
disrespectful or am I truthful?
No, it's the way you go. Yo, you're just attributing stuff that he does. I'm not attributing nothing to him but the facts.
we do that a lot in hip hop.
But what am I, bro? Tell me,
you start.
tell me what I've attributed to him that's not true.
You're trying to give him.
Take away the
You're
legend.
giving him Central C success, bro.
That's a fact because he started in Central C a drill artist.
He's a driller.
Then that's 1000%.
But it's not the same drill, bro.
Regardless.
So what? Okay,
Regardless.
oh, yeah,
You should be-
let me hold on.
You should be
The
starting
family-
6'7" for
the
that.
family
Alright.
tree comes from him.
All right. So what? Let me ask you, man, a question. Yeah, Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, and them, man.
Yeah.
Do you give them credit in Jay-Z's success?
Yeah.
No,
No,
you
you
don't.
don't.
Yes, I do.
Chat
Don't tell me
shit.
what
No,
I do.
you don't, bro.
Alright, cool. Can I
No,
ask
you
question?
don't.
Can I ask you a question? Are they legends? Yes or no?
Grandmaster Flash is a legend.
Yes.
Why?
Because of the definition I just gave.
What's the definition?
Stories from ancient times or
You
the
asked.
past
You asked, though. You asked.
that have
Yeah,
been
but why is
passed
Grandmaster
on,
Flash a legend?
that have been passed
give
on,
him-
that may or may not be true.
What's the me or me?
Grandmaster Flash is a legend because he arguably dropped the first hip hop classic album with The Message.
There we go.
The fact that he pioneered the actual art of DJing.
Okay. And do people DJ the way he DJ'd? Or has it been diluted?
It's been diluted.
Cool. Is
Di-
that his
dilute-
fault?
diluted
That's my
isn't the
point.
word.
That's my
Dilute-
point. Is that
No,
his
no, no,
fault?
no, 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 no.
Diluted is not-
That's my point.
Reformed. Reformed. Diluted isn't
Recalibrate.
the word.
Okay, reform.
You cannot compare that to what's being done with drill
No,
today.
I'm just saying. My point is shit changes. But the
Drill music today,
the
drill-
person at the top of the side. I don't mean to cut you off at all.
That's cool, bro.
The person at the top of the tree never changes, regardless of what they do with the music. They still created this. My point is, regardless of whatever happens to drill, Central C's tree line is always going to go back to the top of Chief Keef. Do you get what I mean?
So-
Chief Keef is still going to end up at the top when you do up his family tree.
Fair. But at the same time, I feel like if we're going to talk about UK drill, first of all, we talk about 6'7". 6'7" are the pioneers in the UK, right?
Yeah,
They're closer to the Chief Keef tree than Central C is.
facts.
Central C, everyone that drops that goes on drill these days is a descendant of 6'7" in the UK, right? 6'7" took the sound what was going on in Chicago and made it UK, right? So to an extent, I'll give that to you as far as Chief Keef. But in the same way that Grandmaster Flash is not responsible for Jay-Z's success, any of these Drake's success, any of these men's success, it's not the same.
Question: How far did 6'7" come after Chief Keef?
About 3 years.
Okay.
3 years.
All right, cool.
So my point, so when you do the tree line, it goes to 6'7" and then it goes to Chief Keef. It's still going to Chief. That's my only point. Do you get what I mean? No matter what, it ends up
It's a
back at
slight
him.
reach, though.
How, bro? It ends up back
It's a
at him.
slight reach.
It's not though, because if he is the head honcho, and you got 6'7", and then you got what's his name? My mind's gone blank.
Central C.
Yeah, and then you got Central C. It's still gonna line back up.
Everything you're saying is still being linked back to the original question of him being a pioneer. Well, I'm not going to dispute that.
Yeah.
Legend, I will dispute.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Go on.
If you like drill music,
Yes.
would that change your mind?
Probably, yeah.
That's fair. What about you?
I don't think it should though.
That's my point, though. But that's what affects old head like his. That's why I'm not attacking you the same way I'm attacking him. He's judging it on just if he likes drill music or not.
No, but
I'm saying you got to take that out of it. I'm saying you got to take that out of it.
Okay, let me just give you a random example. When Game dropped, right? Game came out in like 2005. He was like the first. West Coast was dead at that point. He was like the first rapper from the West that had dropped an album in a very long time. He was continuing the tradition of gangster rap. That album went God knows how many times platinum, right? It was a fucking classic. He reignited a whole coast at that time.
Facts.
I still weren't calling him a legend then.
Would you call him a legend now?
He deserves it now more than he did before.
Oh, for sure.
I won't argue that, though.
I just don't be throwing that word around, innit?
But
Game probably deserves that title, though.
I wouldn't call him a pioneer though,
No, I wouldn't either.
because he was continuing the
Yeah,
tradition, right?
yeah.
But he just woke the West back up.
Yes.
He's probably closer to a legend now than he ever has been as a pioneer.
Yes.
He's too corny for that, sorry.
But I would never call him a pioneer, though.
Sorry, he's
Because he hasn't pioneered
He's
it.
not pioneered anything.
Yeah, but he's
Dr. Dre's the pioneer. Snoop's the
Yes,
pioneer.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
cube.
Cube.
But-
Yeah.
But my point being, and that's why, to me,
So you think he's a legend and he's a pioneer?
I'm saying he's definitely a pioneer. I don't think that's ever arguable. I'll be honest with you, I don't think you can ever argue whether he's a pioneer or not. I just think that's...
No, I'll definitely give that to him.
Right.
A legend, I think it's not closed off. I think it's genuinely a conversation. And that's not me. I don't even like throwing around legends. Do you think Chief Keef, I don't listen to him. It's not like I'm saying he's a legend that's sitting with Hove. I'm saying for what he's done, if drill continues popping and we're in 2025, I'll call Chief Keef a legend.
Let me pose your own argument against you.
But are you calling him a legend just because he pioneered drill?
Or
Or are you calling him a legend based on what he's done?
I'm calling him a legend based on the influence that he's had.
You could argue that he's made music worse. Does that make him a pioneer still?
That's what it comes down to, though. That's what I was asking you guys earlier. Does it come down to if we like the music or not? Because
I'm asking you though.
I can't. How can I put it? I can't dictate what kids listen to. Does that make sense? If they judge that's what's hot, that's what's hot. But if that's all come from one person,
Where was that same energy for Wayne, bro?
what do you mean?
You didn't want to put Wayne in your Mount Rushmore because you feel like he made music worse.
But I'm not.
Where
putting
is this same energy?
I'm not putting Chief Keef at any. Wayne's a legend. Do you think that Chief Keef is any of my?
This guy's a politician,
Do you
bro.
think Chief Keef's in any of my Mount Rushmores? I'll make 500 before I add him in there. Don't get it twisted.
Forget
This is
that.
what I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. He's not in any of my lists anywhere. He's not in my top 1, 250.
My point is, you said that Wayne probably shouldn't be in a Mount Rushmore because he made music worse.
Yes.
You could argue the same about Chief Keef, but you're still calling him a pioneer. What's the difference?
Because he's a pioneer. Like, he made music worse. I don't like drill music like that. I'm just saying he's a pioneer for drill music, and the amount of kids he's got.
Doesn't make him a legend, just makes him a pioneer.
And that's what the conversation comes down to. Can you be a pioneer and a legend without does it intertwine?
It does not intertwine.
Okay, sir.
No, I think you need to do a little bit more to be considered a legend.
That's fair. That's fair.
You need a catalogue, first and foremost.
And I agree with you 99% of the times. I just think if drill is popping for the next however long.
If Jay-Z didn't have the catalogue, he wouldn't be a legend.
That's a fact. But Jay-Z didn't start.
Didn't start what?
We'll never get started.
Didn't start what?
If Jay-Z didn't have his catalogue,
All right.
what would
Who would you say?
conversation
All right.
be about
Who would you say? P. Who would you say pioneered like mafioso rap?
Kojey Rap.
Kojey Rap. If Kojey Rap hadn't done that, would he be? Do you think he'd be a legend?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the catalogue, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So it takes a little bit
No,
more.
I agree with you. But that's why I say this is an anomaly.
I don't think
And I
it's
know
an
that's a
anomaly.
cop out, but I don't even say even me saying he's a legend. I'm just saying, in my opinion, is, and I'm saying it now, if drill is the number one sound in America and England for the next 5 years, Chief Keef's a legend.
You know what? Chief Keef is a legend. He's a legend in Chicago. The same way Little John's a legend in Atlanta. Same way Uncle Luke's a legend in flipping Miami. He's a legend in those cities, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That is fine. Is he a hip hop legend? No.
Alright, cool.
Is Little John a hip hop legend? No.
I don't think he is. But I am.
You think Chief Keef is a legend in Chicago?
He's definitely
100%.
in Chicago. Don't do that.
100%.
You're trying to take that away from him.
I'm just asking.
You're
Because
you're trying to take that
for
one.
me,
So wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Lupe Fiasco, is he considered a legend?
in Chicago, he should be. If he's not,
See, look at the difference in the answers. You see how quick he was to say that Chief Keef might be considered a legend in Chicago. You don't think Lupe is, but you think Chief Keef is.
I said he should be if he's not.
No, not should. Do you think he is though?
In Chicago,
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is.
All right, cool.
I think he is.
Common,
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Fact.
Kanye West,
Yes.
I mean, he's
Twister?
he's the king.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then
I
you
think-
just want to throw
I
Chief
think.
Keef in.
I think.
No, what you see? Why are you comparing them as?
No, I think when it comes to locality, it's a lot easier to call someone a legend because this is someone who's putting on for the city. It's very easy to put on for your city, especially when you're successful, and you get immortalized in that sense. But when it comes to putting on for the whole genre, it takes a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it's easier for Twister, Chief Keef, Ye,
Dirk.
Common, Dirk to be considered legends, as is Migos, Little John, Outkast, Metro, Future, Thug, Baby, all these men from Atlanta. They're probably all considered Atlanta legends. Are they considered hip hop legends? I think there's a bigger jump there.
I agree. Anomalies.
I don't know about that, bro.
Well, you don't think Chief Keef's a legend then?
No, just all the names is real off. I don't know if they're all considered legends in those regions, bro. I don't know.
Let's do it. Outkast,
Okay.
T.I.
Little John. He is a legend.
What are you doing at Atlanta?
Veteran and legend are not
You
the
doing
same
Atlanta?
thing.
I think he's a legend.
You doing
Alright.
ATL, right?
Huh?
You doing ATL?
ATL, yeah.
T.I.
T.I., yeah.
Jeezy.
Who that's all? Jeezy,
Future.
Gucci, Future.
You think Future's a legend?
Yeah.
Future's definitely
The
a legend.
Future. What he runs.
Future's
them
definitely a
clubs.
legend.
He can
He's
walk, in, he can
definitely
walk
a
into
legend.
live for free if he wants for everything.
Migos
Right.
are definitely legends in that city, in the city. Who else I say? Baby. He's not a legend yet, but he's going to be.
Oh, little baby.
Lil Baby, yeah. He's going to be. Is Gunna from Atlanta?
I think so.
Gunna's going to go down as a legend, for sure.
There's some other people. My mind's gone blank right now.
Yeah.
You think Ghana's going to go down as a legend?
100%.
Gunna's loved, man. Gunna's
If he keeps going the way he's going, he's going to be considered
They
a
said the same about Rich Homie Quan.
rich homie quad. He fell off, though,
Oh,
didn't he?
you didn't say Young Thug?
He fell off, though. Gunna's not falling off, though.
It could happen.
It can happen, but if he's going the way he's going, and Rich Homie Quan was different. He was going through contractual stuff, label stuff, and it kind of restricted him.
Did you?
No, it can happen to anyone.
I know, but Gunna's, I feel like
Gunna's already hot.
it's less
enough,
likely
like,
to happen.
and he's already at a certain peak where I don't think Rich Homie.
Hotness does not equate legendary status. I'm sorry.
No one called him a legend though.
You just said that. God, he's hot enough. That's
No,
what
I
I
I'd said he. That's, you're gonna be finished. I was about comparing him to Rich Homie. I said he's at a level hotter than Rich Homie ever was.
All right.
That's what I was saying.
I would
I'm
agree.
saying, can he be easy?
I would agree.
I'm easy, man.
Did you say Young Thug?
Young Thug, 100%.
Yeah, there's a lot. There.
All these people are local legends for sure, and everyone's got their local legends. Like I'm sure if you go to Memphis, like 3-6 Mafia are legends as well, right?
Okay.
So I think it just depends on that, but it takes a little bit more to be considered a legend of a whole entire genre.
I'm just saying, innit? Someone needs Chief Keef on his side, innit? And that's me.
Chief Keef is not the anomaly.
Sorry, guys.
I don't think anyway.
Hey, man.
I need to think of actual anomalies in that sense who are like legends because they're pioneers. I'll probably say Uncle Luke, but Uncle Luke's got more to him than just the Miami bass.
Yeah.
He's got 2 Live Crew. He's got, all the legal stuff that went down there. He's 2 Live Crew. Them man are the reason why you have parental advisory stickers on the flipping albums. So for that alone,
I don't know, man. I just think it's just.
he's not an anomaly.
I think
He's not the anomaly.
I'm not taking your debate into this. Don't worry, I'm listening to. I ain't got no issues with you, sir.
Well, Pete, do you have any final thoughts?
Nah.
No, you just don't like Chief Keef.
And you wonder why we shut you out of this
I'll
conversation.
answer the question, though.
You Google legend.
That's
You know what
I wasn't expecting
You know
that.
what you're doing.
I knew exactly what I was doing.
You know what you was doing.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, to be fair.
Hey.
But I'm just saying, innit? I
just can't. I just won't allow certain rappers to be associated with that word.
That's my point. I'm not even looking at it from. It's so hard to explain. I'm not even talking as a rapper.
His blacklist is probably
I don't
very
know.
long.
What do you mean?
Pause.
But
it's
is it-
probably very long. As far as like people who will just never be a legend.
No, not at all. I don't have a list like that, man.
I'm just saying.
Chief Keef was the first.
I'm not saying the phrase rapping abilities, man. Just when you've pioneered something that this hot, salute to Chief Keef. I give you your respect.
You probably couldn't even name
Ignore
one
these, man.
Chief Keef bar. And don't say the hook. Don't say the hook to don't like.
Oh, wait a second.
Don't say the hook to love Sosa either.
Hold on, let me think. I
said no.
No, hold on. You gonna get fucked over. Raris and Rovers.
That's the hook,
Leaving-
Is that the hook?
I don't know, man. This guy.
I told you it don't count.
Do I actually know a single Chief Keef bar
There you go. And you're and he's a legend.
for pioneering? Again.
No.
Oh, I actually don't know Chief Keef bar. That's what I'm
There you
saying.
go.
I know the course. If I think long enough, I can think of one. By the end of the pod, I'll give you a bar. And I won't even Google it. By the end of the pod, I'll come back with Chief Keef.
I can't wait for
Mark that.
I can't wait for that. Well, salute to Chief Keef.
Salute to Chief Keef.
You're definitely a pioneer, legend. I think you've got a way to go. Respectfully.
Peter, do you want to add anything? You don't want to salute him?
Leave me alone.
You can't even salute him.
Leave me alone.
Is this how much you despise our brother? You can't even salute him.
Despise is a strong word. You know?
Leave me alone, man.
You can't salute Chief.
Yo, Mo, leave me alone.
Salute to Chief Keef.
Salute to Chief Keef. Okay, we're going to move on to the final topic of today, and we're going to have a bit of fun with this one. So, recently, the good people over at Complex, shout out to Complex in the US, dropped a list titled The Best Hip Hop Producer Alive every year since 1979. Now, first of all, it's great that producers are getting this kind of limelight and spotlight, so shout out to all the producers involved. But it got us thinking, looking at this list, how much we agree. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this whole list. Well, not the whole list. We're going to start in 1990.
Peter wanted to start in 1975.
Yeah. Before hip hop even existed, but yeah, I feel you. So we're going to start from 1990.
Big up Sylvia Robinson.
Big up Sylvia Robinson all day. And we're basically going to go through the selections.
I hate this guy.
Listen, Sylvia Robinson is very important.
Don't salute. But he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Shout out Sugar Hill Records. Anyway, we're going to go through each of the selections from 1990 to 2021. We're going to go through Complex's selections, and we're going to name our own selections after. So, without further ado, we're going to start with 1990. Now, Complex had the Bomb Squad as the best producers for 1990 for their work on Fear of a Black Planet by Public Enemy and America's Most Wanted by Ice Cube. Pete, I'll start with you. Who did you have for 1990?
Yeah, I had Bomb Squad as well, man. You can't escape America's Most Wanted and Fear of Black Planet. Not at all.
Yep.
Not at all.
Same.
Same.
Full house.
There's no argument.
No argument at all. Oh, we're off to a good
I
start.
had Large
guys.
Pro, honourable mention.
Large Pro's an honourable mention. I think Primo, DJ Premier, is an honourable mention as well because he was working with Lord Finesse and Mike Smooth.
Okay.
Pioneering album in that respect as well. So, yeah, salute to them. They also had Sir Jinx and Tony D. I mean, salute to them, man. 1991, Complex had DJ Quick for his own work, really, mainly. Who did I have? I had Q-Tip / Tribe for their work on Low End Theory. Who did you have?
I went with DJ Quick as well.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I struggled a little bit, so I was just like...
Really?
Yeah, I kind of struggled with you, so I went a little bit. I knew who the rest, but 92 I kind of struggled, so I went... 91, so I struggled with, so I went with Quick. What about you?
Yeah, Q-Tip. But we've got Jazz alone? Yeah, nah, man.
Yeah, for the Low End Theory alone. Honorable mention for me was Dre, Dr. Dre for NWA and Deep Cover. DJ KG for his work with Naughty by Nature as well. Any other honorable mentions, boy?
I had DJ Quick for
DJ
92
Quick.
and Dre.
Feel you. Cool. Well, 1992, Complex had Dr. Dre as the producer of the year. I think that's undeniable.
Yep.
Dr. Dre was the guy. Very much so. Anyone had any honorable mentions?
Pete Rock.
Pete Rock.
Yeah.
Pete Rock for sure. Diamond D, DJ Muggs for Jump Around by House of Pain.
Eric Simon as well.
Yep, for sure. Primo as well for Gangstar. They dropped a good album that year.
I had Primo as well.
1993, Complex had RZA. I mean, I think that's pretty undeniable.
Q-Tip.
Oh, for
Yeah, Q-Tip.
real?
Yeah, man.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I had Q-Tip, man. Midnight Marauders.
Swear.
I ain't getting away from that one, man. You ain't getting away from that one.
Nah,
Absolutely
I'm taking Enter the Wu-Tang.
I had Enter
I'm
the
taking
Wu- but I had
First
Q-Tip.
Chamber.
I thought you
Honorable
would.
mention.
I thought you both would.
I'm taking
Told
First
you that.
Chamber.
No,
And
seriously,
listen,
no, I thought you would.
I love Midnight Marauders. I love it, but you cannot deny 36 Chambers.
I can't deny Midnight Marauders, bro.
I was with, which one you couldn't deny and I went with? You can't deny.
I
No,
gave RZA honorable mention, and I gave Dr. Dre as well for what he did on Doggy Style.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
yeah.
But I won't. You can't. Nah, Midnight Marauders. Nah, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I was
I
close
get,
to Dre for a sec, you know. Because of Doggy Style. I can't lie, I was itching.
Yeah,
Because I was thinking, which one do I prefer?
yeah.
I was like, no, I can't do it.
I gave
I was
Tip,
like, I can't do it.
I gave Tip an honorable mention. I gave Dre an honorable mention. I also gave the Beat Miners honorable mention for their work with Black Moon.
Yeah.
Enter the Stage.
Yeah.
So salute to them. Now, 1994. This was
I feel like you have
this was a tricky one. This was a tricky one. Complex had Easy Mo B for his work with Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear, Give Me the Loot, Warning and the What on Notorious B.I.G.'s Ready to Die. gonna start with you, Pete.
You know I had my guy Easy Mo B, man.
And-
You know I did though, man. Come on, man. That's my guy right there, man.
No, I had-
Flavor in your ear, you ain't getting away from that, man.
I went for easy mode. I thought you was gonna go for organized.
Fictitious. Skeevy.
Yo, don't look at me.
Delicious.
Don't look at me.
Give me goose, goose, give me good. Oh damn! I know he's in Hollywood, but is he good? Oh, it's not fun anymore, is it?
I'm
When
looking
you're
at the wall.
being looked at, is it? Oh, really?
I was looking at the
Fuck
wall.
yeah, no. But yeah, I had Easy Mo B as well, man. I think Easy Mo B doesn't get enough credit anyway,
Bruv.
so he needs all the flowers. 1994 was definitely his year. Did you have Easy Mo B as well, Mo?
Yeah, come on now, Full House.
Good stuff.
Honorable mention, I had Primo for Sunrises in the East for J. Reed the Damager. I couldn't get away from that one. Come clean, Brooklyn took it. Yeah, nah, man. Stop it.
I hear that. I had a couple honorable mentions, to be
Do
fair.
you have organized noise?
I had Organized Noise. I had Warren G for Regulate. I also had every producer that produced on Illmatic because they deserve it. So that's Q-Tip, Pete Rock, Large Professor, Primo, and LES.
Okay.
I had all of them as well.
Remember when Nas Is used to work? Actually, you know what? Let's start.
Oh, don't do that, man. That was so unnecessary.
That was unnecessary. Don't bite it. Don't bite it. Don't bite it.
Stop telling me to not buy it. Anyway, 1995. Complex had RZA.
Okay, this is where it gets fun.
Who did you have?
I went with this because of, and I need to put in context why I went for this person.
Go on.
I feel like the age and the album they dropped, I put Havoc.
Okay.
And that's because, was it 17? 17 first album? 16?
Nah, 18, 19.
18, 19. Still back then, baby. And to drop that, I had to go with Havoc. I can't lie, so that's how I went with. I thought, let me switch it up. Give him the respect.
I had RZA.
Oh,
I had RZA as
Human
well.
Links, Return to the Church.
no, I hear you, and I hear you, but I just wanted to, because I go back to that album, I go back to Mob a lot more as well.
Yeah, but
Personal.
RZA back-to-back produced
Bro.
3 classic
RZA's
albums,
a cheat
bro.
code, man. I'm sorry, he's a cheat code. He don't even make sense. I don't think he's human, but that's even another conversation.
And that's why he deserves to be the one, bro.
No, I
but,
hear you.
But Havoc did get an honorable mention for me.
Same.
The Beat Miners as well, again, for their work with Smith & Wesson.
Same.
And Jay Dilla for...
Same.
Passing-
Easy Mo B as well for his work on Me Against the World. Park's
Yes.
album. Yep.
Yes, I am. Temptations.
Yeah.
Great. 1996, Complex had... Who they have? They had Organized Noise for their work with 80 Aliens, Outkast. Who did you have, guys?
I got two.
I had.
You got 2.
I got two. Yeah.
Who did you go with?
Daz Dillinger for his work on All Eyes on Me. This guy produced Scandalous, got my mind made up. I ain't mad at you. But you ain't getting.
I'll be
away
honest with you,
from
I had
that.
Daz.
And then he's gonna share it with Johnny J for also his work on.
You said it. You called it. You called it.
And you know what's bad?
You called it.
Ask me what year I had Daz. This same year. So I was looking at it.
Yeah.
Like, let's see if he tries to add Johnny J in it. Slightly, if he tries to attempt it.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna try, bro, but yeah, I did.
It had to be, though, innit? It had to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then honorable mention, I had Organized Noise, have Questlove, and I also had Easy Mo B.
This guy's nasty.
Aye.
He said Johnny J, fam.
I had Organized Noise, and my honorable mention was the Fugees generally for the score.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Great album.
Yeah.
And you had Daz and Johnny J.
I just had Daz.
Johnny J.
I just had Daz, I'll be honest with you. I did.
Oh, you had Daz. Okay,
I had
cool.
Johnny J.
Respect Johnny J.
I can't lie, I did.
Johnny J.
Yeah, me, I did not add Johnny J.
Respect Johnny
Yeah,
J.
me, I did not add Johnny J.
I did not. I mean, boy. 1997, Complex had the production group that Peter probably wishes he was part of. The Hitman.
He does.
All day.
For Life After Death and No Way Out.
All day.
Is that your number one?
day.
Yo, Full House.
All day.
Yeah, me, Full House it.
Full House? I had the Hitman as well.
Yeah.
I didn't have any honorable mention. Actually, no, I did. Actually, no. I had...
Oh.
It was a tie for me.
Oh.
It was the Hitman and Timberland.
What did Timbaland produce?
Super duper fly.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I got a tie.
I can't tie them with the Hitman, man.
Yeah, I got.
You know why
I have to. I
If-
have to.
Off of Benjamin's alone.
But you know why he loses the tiebreak? Ask me why Timbo loses the tiebreak.
Why?
He had an album with Magoo that same year.
He did, to be fair. But he also did Can't Stand the Rain and
He also-
Flipping and Sock It To Me.
Yeah.
And They Don't Want to Fuck With Me and Beat Me 911. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But he
So-
had an album with Magoo.
He did. And that's something I realized when I was flipping doing my research.
Magoo
like,
had a banger though, man.
Hey, man.
Indian flute, bro.
Yeah, but what's the next year?
the next year is 1998. This was a tough one for me. But Complex had Beats by the Pound for their work with Master P. Make him say, na 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 na. And Silk the Shocker, It Ain't My Fault,
Absolutely not.
which I don't think I ever heard. Who did you have?
Organized Noise.
Organized Noise?
Criminal, bruv. Off of that alone, yeah, nah, man, I'm sorry.
I had Thing. Swiss.
Swizz?
Yeah.
For what?
Because he had, let me check out, I've got it here as well. He had Banned from TV, he had Money Cash Holes, he had Rough Riders Anthem, and he had done majority of DMX Flesh of My Flesh. So I was like, let me go Swiss.
What, Swiss over Dame Grease? Dame Grease did It's Dark and Hell is Harder.
They both did, didn't
They both did.
But I think Dame Grease did more though.
Potentially. But I know he done Flesh of My Flesh, a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, plus he had even the other little side songs he had as well. Banned from TV. Banned from TV was ridiculous.
Yeah, I had honourable mention for High Tech.
And he done Money
Black
Cash
Star.
Holes. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of High Tech or Organized Noise. I had the Hitman, Dame Grease, and Swizz just generally like as a tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, salute to those guys. 1999 we're now moving on to, and Complex had Dr. Dre on there as their guy
All day.
for the Slim Shady LP and Chronic 2001.
Yeah.
Full House, guys.
Full House with an honourable mention for Manny Fresh.
Good shout.
For what?
Bling bling.
I had an honourable mention.
I hate this guy, man. He created a whole word that he was. Imagine creating a whole word.
Bling bling.
Can you imagine?
I had an honourable mention for Timberland for his work with Jay, Missy, and The Locks as well. So salute to those guys. We now move on to the turn of the millennium, the year 2000. Complex had Earth Tone 3, which is Andre 3000, Big Boy, and Mr. DJ, basically for their whole work on the Stankonia album. What we got, boys?
I got Dilla.
Dilla.
Yeah, man.
I had no
Fantastic Volume 2. He also did Commons like Quarter for Chocolate. Yeah, flawless production on both of those projects.
I had Earth Tone 3 with an honourable mention for Dr. Dre and Dilla. Full House?
I'm with you, full house.
Feel you. Cool. All right, 2001 then.
And this is where my
It's heating up a bit more now.
My guy appears.
It's heating up now. I feel like I feel like he's gonna turn up a lot in this one.
Bro, I never knew how much.
Yeah, for real. So Complex had Kanye West as their number one producer, mainly for his work on the Blueprint. Thoughts, boys?
Yeah, I gave it to Ye as well.
Full House. Absolute Full House. Any honourable mentions?
Neptunes.
I had Just Blaze.
Just please. Yeah, that's what I had as well.
Sick. 02 then, speaking of Neptunes, Complex had the Neptunes for their pick for 2002. They did Justified, Justin Timberlake. They did Lord Willin by Clips. They did their own NERD album. They did No Reason Nothing, NSYNC's Girlfriend.
Homeboy, I came
to party.
Your
girl was looking at me.
This is probably...
No one knows the next part.
Say. That's where we check out. That's where we check.
in sign language. Neptunes, like, just for their credentials this year, like Nelly Hot in here, Buster Pastor Cavossier, Nori Nothing, all the albums they did,
It's just
Rockstar, Girlfriend, Mazza, man.
Yeah.
Absolute
Just
Mazza.
O2.
Yeah,
Just O2.
absolutely. I had honourable mentions for Just Blaze
Same.
and Kanye.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Lovely. 2003, Complex had Little John.
They're drunk. They're drunk.
Off the strength of Get Low alone.
They're drunk.
I mean, they were getting low, weren't it?
I had Ye.
You had Ye.
Yeah, I had Ye.
Actually, wait, 2003.
That's when.
2003.
That's when.
Just Blaze.
That's when the album drops.
I gave it to Just Blaze.
I had a three-way tie. I had Just Blaze, Kanye, and the Heatmakers.
That's fair.
Yeah, Just Blaze and Ye.
Just Blaze and
An honourable mention for
I had Just Blaze as my honorable mention, so kind of balance it out. I really want to give Just Blaze one as well, which kind of hurt.
This guy did Dipset. I really mean it, bro.
I really mean it. So.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I couldn't decide between the three, so I
But
just
then
gave him.
Kanye's first album dropped that year, so what do we do, guys?
No, it came out 2004, no?
Was it 04?
Yeah.
04.
But that's a lovely segue into 2004.
Well, that's-
Complex had Kanye West on there for their number one. Thoughts, guys?
Same. Honourable mention, Neptunes and Madlib.
Yep.
Honourable mentions for me, Neptunes,
Neptunes.
Madlib, and MF Doom for Food. So salute to those guys. You had Ye as well?
Yeah.
Any honourable mentions?
Neptunes.
Sick. 05. It's a two-peat for Mr. Kanye West for B by Common and Late Registration, his own album.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Full House.
All day. Full House. Honourable mentions?
Just Blaze.
I had an honourable mention for DJ Paul and Juicy J off the strength of Stay Fly. Love that song. 2006. Complex had Toomp for T.I.'s What You Know and Jeezy's I Love It. I had J Dilla
Same.
off the strength of Donuts.
Same.
Mo?
I had But I had Dilla as an honorable mention.
You, Dilla, honorable mention.
What can I say, fam? I like to expand. Don't do that, guys. Look, I'm not him.
Look at growth.
I'm not him. I'm putting it. I'm not him.
My honorable mention was Neptunes for what they did with the clips. Hell Have No Fury.
Oh, that's
Feel
a
you.
good shout. That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Feel you. Cool. 2007 then.
I hate this guy.
Kanye West again.
Yeah.
For 2007, Graduation and Common's Finding Forever.
Yeah.
On top of a bunch of other things. Full House?
Full House.
Wow.
Full House. Honorable mentions, anyone?
No.
I didn't have anyone, you know.
I gave Soulja Boy an honorable mention for Crank That. Come on, man. You can't deny that. It's simple as hell, but that thing was everywhere.
But I was bugging. You know what? Never mind.
What, you're bugging with what?
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, if you're going to mention Chief Keef, you can't.
Hey, man, what can I say? His DJ's coming up. No, I'm joking.
Feel you. I also had Exile.
Okay.
Exile
Oh,
for Blue and Exiles Above the Heavens.
Yeah. Okay.
So salute to
That's a good
Exile
shout.
as well. Okay, 2008. Complex had Drummer Boy for Jeezy's Put On and T.I.'s What Up, What's Happening. What's happening? Boys,
Yay.
I had Ye as
Ye?
well. I had Ye as well.
I had Ye as well.
808s
yeah.
Heartbreak, Swagger Like Us.
He had Comfortable.
Oof, I
Comfortable. And he had one other song on that album. So
Let the beat build.
Let the beat build. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man?
He was able to do 808s, but also give us Let the Beat build. Come
And then
on,
just
man.
give Comfortable on some dash throwaway thing. Here, just take it.
You feel me?
Just take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Honorable mention was Q-Tip for the Renaissance.
Feel you? My honorable mention, as we're talking about the Carter 3, Bangladesh
I had
for
Bangladesh.
a milli.
Yeah, he had a good run. He actually had a good run.
Yeah, man.
Couple done a few for Joe Budden as well, innit? I'm bugging.
I can't remember.
Feel you. 2009, Complex had Noah 40 Shabib, or otherwise known as 40,
I agree.
for introducing the world to Drake. So far gone.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm giving it to 40 as well.
I ain't got no issues with that.
No issues with that at all. Cool. Moving swiftly on to 2010. Complex had Lex Luger for BMF, 9 Piece, and MC Hammer for Rick Ross, and See Me Now by Ye. I had Ye
Yeah.
off the strength of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's it.
Honorable mention, Rock Marcy for Marsburg.
Salute to Rock Marciano.
To salute.
Salute. He had to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean-
He had to give the hand movements. Feel you. I gave Lex Luger a honorable mention. I also gave Tyler the Creator an honorable mention for Bastard and Earl by Earl Sweatshirt. The beginning of the Odd Future Renaissance. Moving swiftly on to 2011. It is 40 again for Complex for his work on Take Care. As much as I hate Take Care, I gave it to 40 as well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
I won't lie, it was between him and Kanye. I might edge it to Kanye just because of the couple of songs he done on Watch the Throne. I preferred all of the songs he produced over Take Care anyway. So I'm actually going to stick with that and give it to Kanye West. Not 40, sorry.
no, fair enough.
So Kanye's got, 3 years in a row for me now?
Boy.
Jeez.
Pretty much. Or maybe even more.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'll give it to Kanye over 40 for me, with 40 being my honorable mention.
Ye gets an honorable mention for me. Hit Boy also gets an honorable mention for me for his gig in Paris. Clams Casino also gets another honorable mention for me as well for his work with ASAP Rocky and basically popularizing cloud rap for the masses. Any honorable mentions, B?
Nope.
Fair enough.
Feel you. Cool. 2012. Complex had Mike Will Made It for No Lie by 2 Chainz, Bands Make a Dance by Juicy J, Turn on the Lights by Future, Good Music Mercy, and Trap Back I'm Up by Gucci Mane.
That's a good shout, but no. I gave it to Rock Marciano for his work on Reloaded.
Feel you.
Fair enough. I went for... It was between Hit Boy. It was between Hit Boy and Michael Made It. I was struggling between the two, but I don't mind Michael Made It, but my honorable mention will be Hit Boy. Because from what I know, I think he done Click and a few other songs. So
Feel you.
Hit Boy will be right there for me.
I had 2. I had Hit Boy and Young Chop.
Why would you have Young Chop, Yemi?
Young Chop.
Please tell me. Because I was going to say Young... I was saving him to the end. But you tell me why you had Young Chop as well.
I had Young Chop off the strength of Chief Keef's I Don't Like and Love Sosa.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And I had Hit Boy off the strength of his work with ASAP Rocky,
Goldie, innit?
Goldie, Kendrick, Backseat Freestyle, Good Music, just his general work there as well.
Hit Boy
So
might
it's-
take, yeah.
An honorable mention goes to Mike Will Made It for the reasons that Complex stated. We now...
Okay, with Hit Boy.
I went for Hit Boy and Young Chop. So it's a two-way for me.
Fair enough.
We now move on to 2013. Complex had that man again, Kanye West, for Yeezus, and Pusha T's My Name Is My Name.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Numbers on the board.
Numbers on the board.
I went for anyone else.
Anyone else?
Anyone else other than Kanye for that year.
Why?
I hated Jesus. I literally give it. I looked at Michael Made It. Michael Made It had maybe 3 or 4 songs. Give it
You
to
a
Michael
hater.
Made It. Jesus was terrible.
You a hater.
In every shape, form, or fashion.
Honorable mention was 40 though. For Nothing Was the Same.
I got 40 as well.
You know who didn't make my honorable mentions? Kanye West.
For you. I also had Zaytoven for Versace by Migos.
Oh, fair.
And Mike Will for Ace Hood's Bugatti.
That was a big song as well.
But it was a very big song. Still goes up. We now move on to 2014. Complex's choice was Mike Will Made It Again for Future's Move That Dope and Ray Shremmerd's introduction with No Type and No Flex Zone.
No thanks.
Who do we have, lads?
I got Madlib for Pinata.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had Mike Will with an honourable mention to Madlib.
Okay.
I had Mike Will with honorable mention to Mustard. 'Cause that's
Cool.
when he first come out, and then he had a first. I remember, do you know what's funny? Mustard was a debate of a few of our issues. I think Drake's remember in the group chat of whether he's gonna last or not. And Ozzy was like, he has no legs at all because there was no way he's gonna last.
Here we are.
Do you think he lost?
I mean, he did his bit.
Is he about anymore? Impressive him.
He tried his best.
Hey, salute to him.
He tried his best.
Hey, man, salute to him.
We move. 2015 now. Complex's choice was Metro Boomin for Thought It Was a Drought by Future and Drake and Future's Jumpman. Who do we have, lads?
I gave it to Soundwave
Same.
for his work on To Pimp a
Bit of
Butterfly.
butterfly.
But I gave Metro Boomin honorable mention.
I gave it to both Metro and Soundwave. With an honourable mention to Boy Wonder
Yep, same.
for his work with Drake.
Yeah.
Who did you have? Well,
I agreed with him.
Soundwave?
Soundwave.
Sick. Yeah, man. Salute to Soundwave, man.
You have to give it to him, though. I'm sorry, man. What are we doing here, bro?
Salute to Soundwave. Salute to Soundwave. Cool. 2016. It is another one for Complex for Metro Boomin. For his work with 21 Savage, Savage Mode, Father Stretch My Hands with Kanye, and Bad and Bougie by Migos. I gave it to Metro as well.
Same.
P?
I gave it to Knowledge for his work on No Worries of Anderson .Paak and Mac Homie.
That's fair.
For you.
Can I just say to the audience, as the years go on, I just want to see you guys visualize who Peter Peaks and tell me as the years go on, do you see a pattern?
Now, he's very much...
Thank you very much.
He's very much resisting the urge to name mainstream producers.
Brother, have you realized as the years goes on, he's just disagreeing left, right, and centre?
Yeah,
What do you mean, man?
Fully.
But I like it.
We was all agreeing in the 90s.
We were
Now this guy's pulling out producers out of the thin air now.
yeah, once we reach the 2010s, that's when it started to fall. off the
Wow.
cliff.
Yeah, that's hilarious to me. I can't lie. That's hilarious.
Hey, man.
I gave Knowledge an honourable mention as well. I also gave Mike Will an honourable mention for Black Beatles by Ray Shremmerd and his co-production with Beyonce on Formation. And I also gave Ye an honourable mention for The Life of Pablo.
Cool.
Okay.
Who was yours, Mo?
Kanye, but no one really. No one. I don't think it was a great year.
It was alright.
It was alright. It
was okay.
I can't lie. It's gonna go down that trend, unfortunately.
We move.
No one wants to give J. Cole an honourable mention at any point. Fair enough. Worth a try. Worth a try.
Complex's choice for 2017 was No ID for Jay-Z's 444 album. Who do we have, lads?
I agree.
You agreed?
Yeah.
I agree too. I agree. Actually, no. It's a 3-way tie for me. No ID, Metro Boomin, and Pierre Bourne.
Oh,
Pierre Bourne gave us Magnolia by Playboy Carti, and Metro Boomin gave us Mask Off for Future. So I give it to all 3 of them.
I've got no idea.
No ID?
Yeah, in a landslide.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Cool. Moving now to 2018. Complex's choice was Tay Keith.
Fuck these niggas up.
Thank you. For Sicko Mode, Non-Stop by Drake, and Block Boy JB's Look Alive. It shocked me that Look Alive is that old.
Fam.
I feel like it was released the other day.
Look at land.
I still do the dance.
I actually do when we go out as well.
You know what I'm saying? Who do we have, lads, for 2018?
I wasn't mad at it.
I gave it to Tay Keith and Kanye.
I wasn't mad at it. I
I
went with
got
Take
time.
Keith.
I got Ye and Rock Marcy.
You see, as the time goes on,
Rock Marcy.
Yeah.
What did Rock Marcy do in 2018?
What?
Rosebud's Revenge 2, Behold the Dark Horse. Yeah, nah, man.
He did a bit.
Fantastic production on both of those.
He did a bit. Yeah.
Salute to him.
I think I was gonna give it to Ye just because he had that whole 7-song album run.
Yeah.
But you can't overlook Tay Keith as well. Just because.
No, I gave him an honorable mention.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I gave Cardo an honorable mention for his work on God's Plan by Drake. Cool. 2019 now. Complex's choice. My guy, Madlib, for his work with Freddie Gibbs on Bandana. I agree, obviously.
I agree.
I had to agree
Why did you have to agree?
because I listened to Bandana and I get it. Music wasn't really popping back then, so
In 2019?
I'm just fishing. I'm just trying to get an argument out of someone. Yeah, but I give it to him as well. Salute to Madlib.
Don't play with
Honourable mention to Rock Marciano once
Oh my
more.
days.
Yeah, man.
Who knew you could produce like this?
I didn't give... bro,
Marcialago.
I ain't got no honorable mentions. But salute to Rock
You don't
Marcy.
add Rock Marciano to your
Salute to
honourable
salute to Rock Marcy. You know.
Well, can I say? Salute to him.
Anyway, 2020, Complex's choice was Hit Boy
Full House.
for his work on Nas's King's Disease, Big Sean's Detroit 2, and Benny the Butcher's Burden of Proof.
Full house.
It's a full house.
Full House.
It is a full house. Honorable mention for me goes to The Alchemist.
Same.
And Rock Marcy.
Yes.
Oh,
Big up.
Oh,
Alchemist for Alfredo with Freddie Gibbs, and Rock Marcy for Reasonable Drought with Stove God Cooks. So, yeah, gotta give it to him. And now we move on to the final year, 2021. Complex gave it to The Alchemist. I mean, he just did a lot last year. Haram with Arm & Hammer, Bo Jackson with Bodie James, Super Tecmo Bo with Bodie James, Carry the Fire, This Thing of Ours 2, Rapper's Best Friend 6, and Cycles, which are all his own releases. What did we think, boys?
I gave it to Hit Boy.
I gave it to Alchemist and Hit Boy.
Ah, fair enough.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's a tie.
I can't get away from Hit Boy's production on Nas's album.
That's why I gave it to Hit Boy.
For Speechless alone,
For Speechless, The Truth, Death Row East.
Death Row East.
Yeah, man.
I gave it to Hit Boy.
Yeah, there's no way you can't overlook those two, for sure. I mean, Alchemist and Hit Boy, they've reached like new levels, like in and of their own.
Yeah.
So, gotta give it to them, man. But yeah, man,
Did we really just do that?
we really did.
We really just go through 30.
It wasn't that hard, was
2
it?
years of history and
mad, isn't it?
knocked down which we
100%,
our
man.
producer was year by year.
I think the main lesson I've learned is that, you know, depending on the year, sometimes the strength of a single outweighs the strength of an album.
Facts.
Especially as we get closer to, especially during like the mid 2010s as well. Like we had like the Mike Wills and the Hit Boys and the Lex Lugers and the Tumps and the Cardos and all those guys off the strength of singles rather than actual bodies of work. But sometimes you can't deny just how impactful one single is, and that is what can jettison someone to being a producer of the year.
it's the other way around for me.
I was just about to say that because
I'm always gonna look at
Soundwave
albums,
is
man.
Soundwave is literally the other way around.
Yeah.
He gave us an album.
Mhm.
There was bare singles that came out of the year.
Yeah.
So it's just if that
depends.
depending on what the album is, if the album is one of those ones,
Yeah.
it can outweigh
Oh, for sure.
10 singles.
Oh, for sure.
The only hurt I had is I really wanted to give Just Blaze a year. Like I really wanted to give him a year.
What year would you have given him?
O2 was up there. I feel like O2. Was it O2? Trying to think back. I got my notes somewhere. I feel like O2.
What did he do in 02?
Trying to remember here. Let me go back. I got my notes.
I was tempted to give him and Ye 01.
Yeah, I had him on 01. But I feel like I've got his notes here. I had him in 01 and 02 as honorable mention.
Feel you.
But I wanted to give him a year, man. Just Blaze is one. I love Just Blaze.
I didn't think Rob Marcy would appear as much as he did, to be fair.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, who knew? Man of many talents.
That's a rep.
I mean, clearly, you're a Marsburger.
You know what I learned?
What?
A Marsburger, I don't know. It
You
just
know
came
what I
out.
learned? Ask me what I learned.
What did you learn?
If a man can add Johnny J to his list, he is capable of anything.
Sicko
He
mode.
might
Now
be-
that is sicko
He
mode.
might be a murderer. When
That
you
is
add
sicko
Johnny
mode.
J with a straight face.
That is sicko mode for
Hey,
sure.
man. Salute to Johnny J.
You
though.
probably enjoyed some Johnny J tunes.
I know Johnny J. He was in I know who Johnny J is, the little white face
What are
you.
you talking about?
But it's just funny the way you added him.
Had to.
Adidas. You added Johnny J. We balanced each other out here.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, what can I say?
Had to.
All eyes on me. Sorry.
There you go.
That's a great list, though, guys. I feel like
That was good.
Didn't take too long.
Nah,
did it?
It didn't take too long.
I told you.
Because that was a beautiful planned way.
Listen, man, we move.
Hey,
Anyway, salute to Complex for compiling that list. I think if it's not too hard, we should reconvene and do a UK version. But
starting 2000
starting from 2000
and 5.
and 5. Nah. We could do 2000.
All right, cool. So
We could do 2000. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
let's
I'm
do it.
down.
Let's do it.
Let's reconvene next episode. Let's do our research and let's do it.
All right, facts. Now, can I ask something?
Go true.
No one showed up on this list more than Kanye, right?
Yes.
Go.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know when you sit down and you break it like that, Bro, this guy had what, 7 out of
Because I was
30
thinking the same
years?
thing when I was doing my research.
And he was on honorable mention of what the next fight.
Yeah,
He appeared on at least 12 of my 32 or 13 of my 32.
He's the GOAT.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
And that was
man.
just hip hop.
And that's just hip hop.
He's the GOAT.
That's what I was thinking as I was reading it. As I was doing my list.
Over Dr. Dre.
Yo, Dr. Dre stopped appearing after the 90s.
He did.
He stopped appearing.
He did.
And I respectfully, out of the 90s, he only appeared on 4 of my list.
It's Ye, man.
And he only appeared on what, 4 out your list, Dre, respectfully.
And to tie it all back to the Chief Keef conversation, Dre's a pioneer and a legend.
Yeah.
Kanye, he's a pioneer of sorts, but when he came true, he wasn't necessarily a pioneer. He was kind of bringing back the soul samples.
Yeah.
He then went on to become a pioneer and a legend. So, yeah, man.
Can I ask you a question? Is Jermaine Defoe a legend?
A Premier League legend?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Is Thierry Henry a legend? Thierry Henry.
Yes.
You see how you can I could compare those two,
Mm-hmm.
but one's on a much bigger scale.
Yes.
Cool. Then why can't it be in simple life that Jay-Z is here? And I'm just saying Chief Keef is a little old legend
He's not a
on
legend.
the bottom scale.
He's not a, that's the difference is
He's not a legend.
the difference is he's not a legend.
I'm backing Chief here, innit? When you started drill, I'm giving you your flowers.
The difference
Salute
is he's
to
not a
you, sir.
legend. He's not a legend.
Old black.
Stop staring at the camera.
I need them to understand me.
No, I feel you. But no, Ye is definitely the GOAT.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. As I was doing,
I'm not ready to commit to that. He's my favorite producer. I'm just not ready to say he's the GOAT.
Fair enough.
as I was doing the list, it became apparent to me he's the goal.
I think he has, other than maybe like Dre, maybe Primo to an extent, some of the 90s producers, the longest longevity when it comes to like producing, like from 01 to now.
No, if we're being
Or
respectful,
even before that as well, because he was producer for the Mad Rapper as
if
well.
we're being
and-
honest, his run is longer than Dre's. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah,
we're being
it's-
honest, then we should probably say that.
Dre didn't produce.
In the last like 5 years, Ye hasn't really been producing. He's had people producing.
And what about Dre? What about Dre? If we're doing that conversation,
I'm not talking about.
you see how if you want to start
I'm
that
talking about
conversation,
Ye. Yeah, but just
you're acting
not-
like Dre don't have those. Like Dre, from what I heard,
He said
the
that
whispers
Ye,
in
yeah,
the
but he
room-
said Ye was the greatest,
Yeah, but
and he said that
Let's-
from way
I
back
really-
then up until now.
I
So
don't
I just
think-
thought it was important to say.
I personally think that just because you don't just make the beat yourself doesn't then kind of strike anything off your record.
Then Puff should be higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he should be.
He should be, but you don't have him in your list.
He should be.
Hitman.
Oh, you had him in your list.
That's his
Yeah,
creation.
no, I just didn't remember you had them.
But when does Puff hasn't?
All about the Benjamin. Anyway,
Oh.
Yeah, he had like what? How long would you say his run was?
who?
Puff.
From like
90.
93, 4. Because he's doing some early Mary J stuff. I think he done some Jodeci
You
stuff.
go from 93 to
About 93 to
last,
about.
the last 7 years. Take 7 years from like 20. When was the last popping?
Remember the early 2000s?
Yeah, I probably
Yeah, about
7, 8 years.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
7 years. Nah, longer than that maybe.
Yeah, he's got
I'll
double.
give him
That.
about a decade. Diddy's had about a strong decade plus.
Has he?
Yeah.
Consistently?
Not consistently, but he don't need to, that's why. I don't think anyone's been as consistent as Ye. Nobody. You're not going to give me another producer.
I agree.
As consistent as Ye. Never. I feel like the consistency has now stopped.
Consistency, longevity,
I think it's stopped now.
impact.
But do you think there were better producers than Ye?
Producers just as in single
Potentially.
standalone.
Beatmakers,
Yeah.
producers.
Oh yeah.
But when we talk GOAT, we're just talking about consistency
Okay,
and everything
fine.
else. Ye's the GOAT to me, man.
Yeah.
This list just proved-
Timbaland?
This list showed me. He's in my top 5.
He's a better producer than you,
He's definitely-
I'd say.
Would you say he's more of a pioneer than Ye? Because we've seen people do what Ye did before him, but I don't know if in fact, we haven't seen anyone do what Timbaland did before Timbaland. Timbaland started bringing in like baby sounds and shit.
He really did,
This
it.
guy was producing hits for Genuine with like baby sounds. The fuck?
Salute to Genuine. Salute to Genuine.
I think he definitely like. I don't know if pioneer is the right word, but he definitely introduced like a sound, like that early Missy Elliott sound, just the general sound, and the fact that he was like, it wasn't like samples, it wasn't just any of that. I mean, it was samples, but it wasn't like chopping soul samples and looping them like all these others would. So in that respect, he definitely changed a lot in that respect. Fuck it, we'll give him a pioneer. Why not?
You don't have to. I'm just asking the question.
Nah, let's give it to him. Fuck it. Off the strength of Super Duper Fly alone, he deserves it. He deserves legendary status just off that. But for me, Ye, even if he isn't the greatest producer per se, in terms of actual beat making, he is the greatest producer for sure.
I agree. And this list showed it.
And that's that on that.
And that's that on that.
Cool. Well, another episode in the books, lads.
Hey, man.
Indeed.
God is good all the time.
All the
All the time, God is good. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. Any shout outs you guys want to make?
Clear your soul. Happy birthday. Know what I mean? Got to
Yo.
Queen real quick.
That mother glow is glowing.
It's glowing, isn't it?
Glowing.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
That glow is really glowing.
salute Inflow.
For real. Man.
Salute to Inflow. You want to shout outs, Mo?
No shout outs. We're all good.
Shout out Jermaine Defoe.
Shout out to Chief Keef.
Yeah. Shout out Jermaine Defoe.
Shout out to Chief Keef. Always.
Shout out to Jermaine Defoe, who recently retired. Legend of the game. Legend of the Premier League. Yeah, man, you'll be remembered, bro. I also want to shout out Triple H as well. He announced his retirement from wrestling
He's lying.
today.
He's lying.
He had a heart attack, bro. He's got a defibrillator in his
When
chest.
did he have a heart attack?
Like last year.
Triple H.
Yeah.
Pain.
You never heard that?
Triple H had a, why would I know Triple H had a heart attack?
Do you not still watch wrestling?
Nah.
I thought you did.
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
got
So
it.
he formally retired today. We're recording this on Friday, and
Swear.
he retired.
He was shit
today.
anyway, bro. It's kind of overrated for him.
No, oh come, whoa,
He was slightly overrated.
No.
whoa,
Triple H was overrated.
greatest villain of all time.
He wasn't overrated.
Not to me.
Greatest villain of all time.
Not to me.
Who is?
Not to me. Me, personally.
Yeah.
Greatest villain.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up the podcast and then we'll talk about it.
No, I'm square now.
Okay, cool. Wait. Hold on. Greatest villain.
Him or Vince McMahon?
We can rise above him. Randy. I prefer Randy
Nah, you're
Orton.
bugging.
Wrestler
I prefer Randy Orton as a
You're
villain.
bugging.
as a villain.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
bugging.
Drake, chat to your mans, man.
sorry. I really think Triple H overrated, and I'll tell you why.
Nah.
And
Sorry.
if we're being honest here, he blocked the black man. So what are we doing here? Like, what are we really? Yeah, keep that in the podcast now. Keep that in.
No, we'll keep it in.
He blocked the black man. Triple H blocked him.
He blocked a lot of people.
But who did he block? Black people. He blocked Booker. He blocked my boy, The Rock. I feel like he blocked the Usos.
How did he
I
block
don't
The
know.
Rock?
From what I heard, the rumors in the windmill, The Rock was meant to win the championship, and he cop blocked the set. Legit, from what I heard, Triple H has blocked a few people becoming champion.
He low-key wore blackface as well.
He wore blackface,
Not as much as X-Pac, though.
and that was that not his teammate?
It was.
Cool, one for all.
It was ill-advised.
I'm telling you.
But that to the
Triple H is
side.
overrated, man. Triple H. We're gonna have a conversation about this one day. Triple H is severely overrated. I don't care what anyone says. He's not in my top 5.
No way.
You're not seeing my top 5. You're not better than Stone Cold. You're not
As a villain.
as anything.
All right, cool.
You're not better than Eddie Guerrero.
We're talking just as a villain,
You're not
bro.
better than CM Punk. You're not better than The Rock. You're not better. Come on. You're not better than Shawn Michaels.
Nah, you're bugging.
You're not better than Mr. Perfect. I can really get heated here. Triple H is not all that. One little pedigree, bow, move, man. Go away. I really don't like Triple H. Yeah, go away. I really don't like Triple H. I swear. I sincerely don't like this brother.
Clearly.
I think he's so overrated. It's ridiculous.
He's not overrated.
He's not overrated.
It's time to play the game. Go away, man. You're too old for that dumb shit
Let's
as well.
wrap up, man.
He's got one of the best theme songs ever as well.
I'll give you that.
I mean, listen, we'll talk about it, innit? Also want to send a RIP to another wrestling legend, the legendary Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall, who left us this last week or last week.
Last week.
At the age of 60, was it 3?
The coolest brother in the world, man.
63, 64. Yeah, man.
The
Bad guy.
Rest in peace to
Coolest
You know,
brother.
one of the most important wrestlers of all time. You know, he sparked the Monday Night Wars. He sparked the whole NWO angle. And yeah, man, for being the bad guy alone. Yeah, man. What was his quote? I kind of want to end on this quote as well because it's just so great. The rhyme that he had at the Hall of Fame speech.
Remember someone had a great bio about Razor Ramon.
Something about good guys not lasting, but bad guys do.
Exactly.
Was that a quote?
Something like that.
It was something like that.
So-
I'm gonna get it up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it
Someone
up.
had a great bar, including Razor Ramon. I think the bar was like, I let toothpick in your head. Razor Ramon, which was kind of mad.
Who was that?
Susaf.
That's hard. That's fucking hard.
That's where he made it.
Yeah.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad things don't last, but bad guys do.
Hey, man.
And on that note, thank you to everyone for listening. We'll see you soon. Take care. Stay blessed. And peace.